What if I told you that Ferrari may have built the closest thing we'll ever get to an Apple car? At first glance, the Ferrari Luce doesn't look like a traditional Ferrari. There are no oversized vents, no aggressive styling cues screaming for attention, and none of the visual chaos often associated with modern supercars. Instead, the Luce feels different. It feels calm, intentional, and almost strangely familiar. That's because behind this project is a design philosophy heavily influenced by love from the creative firm founded by legendary designer Jony Ive, the man responsible for iconic products such as the iPhone, iMac, iPod, and Apple Watch. The result is a vehicle that asks a fascinating question: what happens when Italian automotive passion meets Silicon Valley design thinking? The name Luce means light in Italian, and that idea can be seen throughout the entire vehicle. Rather than focusing solely on speed and aggression, the designers pursued elegance, simplicity, and purity. Every line appears deliberate, every surface feels sculpted rather than assembled. Much like an iPhone appears to be carved from a single block of metal, the Ferrari Luce gives the impression that it was shaped from one continuous piece. There is very little visual clutter. Instead of demanding attention through complexity, it attracts attention through confidence. The design proves that luxury doesn't always need to be loud. One of the most obvious Apple-inspired elements is the obsession with minimalism. For years, Apple became famous for removing anything unnecessary. Buttons disappeared, ports disappeared, products became cleaner, simpler, and more focused. The Ferrari Luce follows a similar philosophy. Sharp creases and excessive bodywork have been replaced by smooth, uninterrupted surfaces that allow light to flow naturally across the car. Depending on the angle and lighting conditions, the vehicle can look completely different. In bright sunlight it appears futuristic and almost futuristic enough to belong in a science fiction movie. Under softer lighting it feels elegant, mature, and timeless. The Apple influence continues inside the cabin. Modern cars are increasingly becoming giant screens on wheels, but the Luce takes a more balanced approach. Instead of hiding every function behind touchscreens, the designers combine digital technology with carefully crafted physical controls. This creates an experience that feels more human and intuitive. It's a philosophy that mirrors Apple's long-standing focus on user experience. Technology should serve the user, not overwhelm them. Every interaction inside the Luce has been designed to feel simple, natural, and satisfying. The materials chosen for the car further strengthen this connection. Precision machined aluminum, clean glass surfaces, and premium finishes create an atmosphere that feels remarkably similar to Apple's most iconic products. The attention to detail extends beyond aesthetics. Every component appears engineered not only to perform well but also to create an emotional response. This focus on craftsmanship is one of the reasons Apple products became so influential, and Ferrari seems determined to bring that same mindset into the world of electric performance vehicles. Of course, the Luce is also controversial. Ferrari has spent decades building its reputation on the sound and emotion of powerful combustion engines. To many enthusiasts, the roar of a Ferrari is part of its identity. The idea of a silent Ferrari feels almost impossible to accept. Yet the Luce challenges that assumption. It suggests that the future of performance may not be defined by noise alone. Electric power offers instant acceleration, new design possibilities, and an entirely different driving experience. Rather than copying the past, the Luce attempts to imagine what Ferrari could become in the decades ahead. Whether you love it or hate it, the Ferrari Luce represents something much bigger than a new car. It represents the meeting of two worlds that rarely intersect: the emotional passion of Ferrari and the obsessive simplicity of Apple. It is a glimpse into a future where technology, luxury, and performance are no longer separate ideas but part of the same vision. The Ferrari Luce may never officially be called an Apple car, but for many people, it is the closest thing we've ever seen. And perhaps that's exactly what makes it so fascinating.